But I'm going to tell you like this. When I saw that, I think T.I. fucking lying.
King Harris is back making noise again. And this time, it's way messier than his Waffle House scraps or skipping out on court dates. His own baby mama just sent the internet spiraling after allegedly leaking what fans are calling a gay tape of King. The internet went wild instantly.
I need that after.
And let's be real, whether that tape is legit or fake doesn't even matter anymore, because the speculation about King's sexuality has been brewing for years. People been whispering forever, saying he looked fruity. Others swore his baby was just a cover-up move. Now, with this leak, all those whispers are exploding back onto the scene with 10 times the force. Fans are digging up every rumor they can find, from claims that King might not even be the real dad of his son, to people saying his baby mama only got pregnant to cash out and secure the bag. And that's not even the end of it. Folks are dragging King for what they call his fake gangster cosplay, accusing him of trying to live out a street life he never actually survived. It's brutal and the comments are ruthless. But here's the part that really shook things up. Boozie decided to jump in, and instead of going straight at King, he took aim at T.I.
Tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold, you ain't seen me break down.
Clowning the way Tip raised his son, that's a serious move. Because when Boozie throws shade, it's never just for laughs, it's to humiliate. This just flipped from gossip into a full-on feud, and everybody's watching to see where it goes next. So get ready, because this mess has layers. The paternity drama, the baby cover-up theory, King's alleged fake street image, and now Boozie using this scandal as a weapon to embarrass T.I. in front of the whole world. And the wild part? Before this so-called tape even hit the blogs, King was already drowning in questions about whether he was really the father of his son. From the very moment King's baby mama announced she was pregnant, the internet was already side-eyeing the whole situation. The number one thing everybody pointed out? She's older than him. And that alone had people calling her out, saying things like, "Girl, you knew exactly what you were doing." Then came the video clip that set the blogs on fire. King with his baby mama holding their newborn. But the congratulations didn't last long because the money talk started rolling in heavy. People swore she only got pregnant to lock in the bag, claiming she saw the Harris last name, the fame, the money, and decided to cash out by having a baby. And whether that was true or not didn't matter one bit, because the comments just kept multiplying. When the baby was born, instead of shutting down the gossip, the chatter went through the roof. Some folks were posting, "He doesn't even look like King," while others were dead set on the idea that King only rushed into fatherhood to flex his grown man status. That's when King himself jumped online, calling the baby his twin, swearing he looked just like him. He even doubled down by flooding social media with pictures, saying, "Y'all can't tell me this ain't mine." But here's where it gets crazy. The harder King tried to prove his point, the less people were buying it. And honestly, it wasn't just about the baby. It was about the long-running whispers around King's sexuality. The internet had been talking about that for years, so when this pregnancy came out of nowhere, a lot of fans instantly said, "Oh, he's just trying to prove something." Now fast forward to this leaked tape.
Yeah. Can't help. That's my baby. That's my baby. Get it?
And those same critics are dragging out every old receipt, pointing at the timeline, and claiming this was the plan from the start, to create a picture-perfect family as a cover-up. And with the tape floating around now, the internet feels like their suspicions have finally been confirmed. Use a baby to silence the rumors. That's the narrative the internet started running with. And honestly, that's where the whole conversation took a wild turn. Because while people were dragging King for all the baby drama, others were quick to remind everyone that this wasn't even his first time being accused of putting on a performance. For years, fans been saying King's been cosplaying this gangster lifestyle. He talks tough, throws himself into beefs, and acts like he's fresh out the trenches. But the internet doesn't forget.
I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when the cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yeah.
This boy was raised by T.I. and Tiny, with money, privilege, and a childhood spent mostly at his grandma's nice house. Nothing wrong with that, but it sure doesn't scream, I grew up in the struggle. And King even admitted it himself. Here's him in his own words, talking about how he used to live at his grandma's place. That right there is why so many people don't buy the street persona he keeps trying to push. Every time King hops online yelling about being from the hood, the comments are brutal. People flood in with, be serious, and clown him for faking it. It's almost like King's stuck fighting two battles at the same time.
Nigga, I ain't twisted. But what I'm saying is, they wasn't...
You can talk like that outside.
Hey, I can talk how the fuck I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you. I ain't tripping. Get the hell out of my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Stop talking to him, please.
Who the hell is he?
I'm working at work.
What's your name?
What's your name?
My name King. You know it and your mama know it. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Tell your mama Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. File your shit.
Come back.
What? On game what? On game what? Come here. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. I'll show you what I do. Come here. Come here. Come on.
1, trying to prove he's a father and a grown man, and 2, trying to prove he's this hardened gangster who came up rough. But instead of making him look strong or respected, it makes him look desperate, like he's forcing an image that doesn't fit. And the louder he shouts about it, the more people roast him for pretending to be something he's not. And if King's image already looked shaky, the spiral just kept getting worse and louder. The internet went crazy when those infamous Waffle House clips started making the rounds. A video went viral showing King straight up wildin' on employees inside the restaurant. He was loud, he was threatening, and people couldn't believe that the son of T.I. and Tiny was acting out like this over some late-night fast food. Here's King Wildin' at Waffle House, yelling and going back and forth with the staff. And the internet tore him apart for it. But the wildest part? His own dad went live the very next day, basically admitting he didn't understand why his son felt the need to argue with a short-order cook. T.I. explained that he and King's uncles had already tried to talk some sense into him, reminding him that he lives a life most people dream of. Money, fame, luxury. So why throw it all away just to flex on people who are simply clocking in and doing their jobs? But clearly that wisdom didn't stick, because King's name kept popping up for all the wrong reasons. And the biggest scandal hit when his arrest footage from 2024 dropped online, exposing exactly what went down when he got pulled over in Georgia. According to police reports, King almost slammed into a squad car while pulling out of a gas station. Cops said they instantly smelled weed coming from his BMW. And to make things even worse, King had a gun sitting right on his hip. When they ran his info, things got uglier. It turned out he had an active warrant lingering all the way back from 2022. That revelation had fans saying the Waffle House drama wasn't just a random meltdown. It was part of a much bigger spiral King couldn't get out of. That whole case went back to speeding charges, driving with a suspended license, and even a DUI. King was supposed to appear in court but straight up never showed, which is why that warrant was hanging over his head for so long. So when the arrest video dropped, it showed officers yanking him out, cuffing him on the spot, and sending him straight to county jail. Now, to be fair, King wasn't wilding in the clip. He actually stayed calm while being read his rights.
Well, I mean, of course I spoke to my son. You know, me and his uncles. You know, we were perplexed by his necessity to go back and forth with the short order cook. I didn't understand why he felt he needed to stop what he was doing to engage someone who was at such another level of life. Now, I had to explain to him that, you know, when people are not living the way they hope they would live, and here you is walking in with so much freedom and luxury, and you know, people gonna posture themselves a certain way. So therefore, you're gonna have to enjoy your life. You're gonna have to remove yourself from that energy and go enjoy your life.
But the internet didn't care one bit. To them, this was just more proof that King's life was spiraling out of control and that the good kid gone bad image wasn't just a phase anymore. And in case you missed it, that entire video is still floating online, including the part where King Harris is calmly standing there as officers read him his rights. By this point, fans weren't just calling him reckless, they were saying his public spiral, the Waffle House fight.
If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any of my questions or make any statements. So my question to you is, I found just a non-felony in that ashtray in the back, as well as in that basketball sleeve. So I'm going to go over here and talk to these guys, and someone has to get charged with it.
The skipped court dates, the arrest footage, looked like a desperate attempt to cover up deeper rumors he just couldn't shake. The storyline online had shifted from reckless behavior to...
It's not feud.
No, I'm not talking.
You're not going to talk to me? I gotcha. Do you have any questions for me?
I don't.
You need anything to go with you?
My phone.
Your phone? Where's your phone at?
In the car.
We're in the car.
You search you see it.
I'm not looking for phones. I'm looking for drugs and guns.
Ask me on my phone.
What kind of phone is it?
You see, ask me. What color is your phone? It's a clear case.
What is King really hiding? And that's when things took another sharp turn, because as soon as this alleged tape started making the rounds, guess who decided to jump in? Boozie. Instead of staying quiet, he allegedly started clowning T.I., dropping slick comments about how Tip's son ended up in this mess. And fans instantly clocked it as shade. Not really at King, but directly aimed at T.I. himself. That's what made the whole thing explode, because Boozie is not just some random voice in hip-hop. His words carry weight, and him using this scandal as ammo against Tip made the drama 10 times messier. Boozie has a long history of running his mouth about sexuality, and not in a good way. This is the same man who had to publicly apologize to his own daughter, Iona, after making homophobic comments about her being gay. He jumped on Instagram with a half-hearted apology, tried to walk it back. But let's be real, everybody knew he meant what he said the first time. So when folks saw him inserting himself into King's drama, the internet instantly dragged him with,
I gotta say something about this, bro. Dwayne Wade, you gone too fucking far, dog. That is a male. A 12-year-old. At 12, they don't even know what their next meal gonna be. They don't have it figured out yet. He might meet a woman, anything at 16 and fall in love with her. But it's be gone. How you gonna, like, bro, you going too far, dog. Don't cut his off, bro. Like, bro, for real. If he gonna be gay, let him be gay. But don't cut his off, bro.
Isn't this the pot calling the kettle black? Like, you've got your own family situation, your own messy comments to answer for, yet you're out here clowning somebody else's kid? The hypocrisy was too loud for people to ignore. But here's the kicker. Boozie hasn't exactly been living drama-free himself. Recently, he just took a plea deal on gun charges, and if anything goes sideways, he could be right back behind bars. So for him to be trolling T.I. right now while juggling his own legal mess tells you this wasn't just random shade. This was personal. And if you've been paying attention...
With the T.I. situation, if he did that, you're a fucking rat too. I don't spare no motherfucking body. Because if you doing anything wrong, you doing anything criminal-wise, and you cooperate with law enforcement to get you out of trouble, that means you're cooperating, that means you're a rat.
T.I. and Boozie's relationship has been shaky for years. They went from being cool collaborators to throwing sly shots, and the cracks only got bigger every time Boozie spoke out on controversial topics. To really get why Boozie felt bold enough to jump into this scandal, you gotta rewind and look at the timeline of their beef, because trust me, it explains everything. It all started when Boozie went viral for making harsh comments about Dwayne Wade's daughter after she came out as transgender. And here's the clip that lit the firestorm. Boozie talking wild about Wade's daughter, a moment that had the internet blasting him as straight-up transphobic. When Boozie made those comments about Dwayne Wade's daughter, a lot of people dragged him for being transphobic. And one of the loudest voices was, T.I.
And one of you niggas would have been to the penitentiary before, man. What happened when a motherfucker say somebody ain't right and they got there show their paperwork and they is right? What's the penalty for that? Can somebody tell me what is that punishable by? Somebody tell me that. See, most of you motherfuckers ain't never been in no trouble. Motherfuckers ain't never been nowhere. Anybody tell me? Tell me. It been 20 years, bro. It been 20 years. I figure if I wasn't built like that, it'll show by now. It been 20 years, bro. I done faced every challenge motherfucker that like to throw at me, man. You ain't seen me fold. You ain't seen me break down yet. Matter of fact, I come out smelling too good, the way you nigga think something wrong.
Tip jumped straight on Instagram, telling Boozie to mind his business and stop worrying about another man's kids. That clapback planted the very first seed for the feud we're watching now. But things didn't stop there. Just a few months later, Boozie took the drama up a notch by calling T.I. a snitch over his old federal gun case, and that didn't sit well at all. T.I. clapped back hard, making it clear he would never let anyone disrespect his name or his family. And he wasn't scared to go head-to-head with Boozie if that's what it came down to. Here's Boozie in that infamous Vlad interview calling T.I. a snitch. And here's T.I. firing back, shutting down those rumors once and for all. From there, the shots just kept flying. By that summer, Boozie was criticizing T.I. over how he parented his daughter, especially after the messy situation where T.I. admitted he took her to the gynecologist to check her virginity. Boozie went off saying Tip was controlling and out of pocket. And of course, T.I. wasn't having it, snapping back that Boozie was the last person on earth who should be giving parenting advice. At that point, it was open season. They were throwing shade about family, street credibility, and even snitching accusations. It was crystal clear this wasn't just rap beef anymore. It was personal. For a while, it seemed like things cooled down, with both of them going online claiming they were moving on and had no real problem. But by 2023, the feud roared back to life. Boozie accused T.I. of not standing up for him during his own legal troubles, while T.I. made it clear he was done babysitting grown men and wasn't obligated to defend someone who constantly disrespected him. So now, fast forward to today, Boozie inserting himself into King's drama isn't random at all. This isn't just him being messy for clout. This is personal payback aimed directly at T.I., using King as the weapon, and that's exactly why the internet is eating this feud up. Because it's bigger than just King's scandal, it's years of bad blood exploding in the messiest way possible. This was just another chance for Boozie to poke T.I. right where it hurts. And with King sitting dead center in internet drama, Boozie couldn't resist. The moment that alleged tape started spreading and Boozie chimed in, the internet wasted no time tearing King apart. And some of the comments? They were cold-blooded. One person flat out wrote, "He was always weird looking to me. Too bad he took after Tiny and not T.I." That one hit hard, because people have been dragging King's look since he was little, always comparing him to his parents. Then another comment went even harsher, posting, "He looks like that clown always trying to kill Bart Simpson, Sideshow Bob." And of course, the internet ran wild with it, side-by-side memes popping up everywhere. But the comment that really blew the whole thing up was this one, "King about to be queen." That single line sent everything spiraling out of control because it didn't just clown his image. It went straight back to years of speculation about King's sexuality. Suddenly, this wasn't just about a tape anymore. It was about his entire identity being mocked in the nastiest way possible. And that's why this situation feels so much bigger than a simple leak. These brutal comments prove the internet never stopped questioning who King really is. And now, with Boozie stirring the pot, the whole conversation exploded into something way deeper. The ugly truth is this: the bad blood between T.I. and Boozie never truly died. And right now, King Harris is caught right in the middle of their crossfire. His life, his image, even his reputation, all being used as ammunition in a feud that's been brewing for years. So what do you think? Is Boozie exposing King just to get at T.I.? Or is King really living a double life he can't hide anymore? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you next time with even more messy drama.